Good day, everyone. My name is David Capel. I am the author of the books Nuggets of Truth, Liberation, and Explanations that has been delayed in their release due to civil rights violations by the United States government and authorized by President Barack Obama. I first contacted the United States government by email back in around March of 2014. I was writing my books at a local hotel in the Atlanta area. I sent them an email informing them of the truth of a revelation that will be forthcoming in my books about the monarch of Great Britain, Queen Elizabeth II, about them being responsible for the 9/11 attacks on the United States, as well as for the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Princess Diana, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Marvin Gaye, Elvis Presley, Tupac Shakur, and many, many more. Many, many more famous people. The monarch of Great Britain, headed by Queen Elizabeth II, is responsible for the deaths of those people I named and many more. The doctor who was convicted for the killing of Michael Jackson will be pardoned and given $1 million for the wrongful conviction. Queen Elizabeth II will be dethroned. I, David Capel, will sit in her stead as king. Again, I contacted the U.S. government back in around March of 2014, letting them know of my revelations that are in my books and that will be forthcoming. Instead of contacting me and reaching out to me and inquiring more to get clarification about the revelations in my book that I emailed them, instead of inquiring further, they was convinced that what I've written was the truth. Otherwise, why would they send hundreds of government spies to threaten me, to intimidate me, to follow me, to harass me, to invade my privacy without even contacting me personally? Instead, they harassed me and totally disrespected me as a man. And all of this was authorized by President Barack Obama. And so, after my emailing them, contacting them, they, like I said, they did not inquire. They did not contact me to get clarification about the revelations in my books. They just went full-fledged in an effort to kill me, in an effort to prevent the truth from coming forth. Many, many things have happened since that time, since that email. Since that email, first of all, I called them to get the information. I called the White House Security Department somehow, and I called several times. My phone records can verify this. I called several times, and with my emphasis, my stressing the importance of the matter, they gave me an email address. They gave me the email address. Otherwise, how would I get it? How would I have the email address to email them? They gave me the email address, and I emailed them an excerpt from my books. And they have been harassing me ever since that day. And so all of the things that the United States government has done to me, David Capel, let this be a sign. Let this be confirmation of the truth I bring forth. Their continual harassment and have me on a 24-hour surveillance for over 1 year in public prison because of the truth I bring forth in my books. I have broken no laws, none whatsoever. I have simply written 3 books of a divine nature, exposing the Queen Elizabeth and her corrupted practices, the killing of people of color around the world, as well as the deception of Caucasian persuasion concerning the real population numbers and more. The Nielsen television ratings are a lie. The pay-per-view numbers are a lie. The lottery is rigged in favor of Caucasian persuasion. The music recording industry is stealing billions of dollars away from people of color through falsely reporting sales numbers for people of color. These revelations and more. The United States government poisons the food and water in black communities specifically to kill people of color. The United States government poisons our vaccines to kill people of color around the world. The United States government instigate and start wars solely to kill people of color. There are 7 nations that count their deceased and use division when calculating people of color. These 7 nations are Syria, Israel, Iran, Lebanon, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the United States of America. These 7 nations count their deceased and use division when calculating people of color. The population numbers in these countries are overwhelmingly in favor of overwhelmingly in favor of people of color. The world population is 75% people of color and 25% Caucasian persuasion, 10% white, 10% Asian, 3% Spanish, and 2% various. The population numbers in the United States of America are 700 million for people of color and 180 million for Caucasian persuasion. That's white, Asian, Spanish, and various combined. The politicians elected to office were done so deceptively by the counting of their deceased, and they will be in prison for life. And so, back to the United States government harassing me and since the email. Since that email, they hacked my computer, original email account where I sent the email. They hacked my computer and deleted the original email. And at that time, there was a huge gap in my sent email, all of my interaction on my Gmail page. There was a big gap of dates that are missing. And at that time, I was very active with my email account. However, there was a large gap. Therefore, they deleted that gap of the time that I sent the email. So in order to their plan, let's delete this email. We had no contact with him, and we will plot to have this truth eradicated. They plotted to have me killed. President Barack Obama authorized my assassination. Yes, this is the truth. What I share with you is the truth, so help me God. President Barack Obama authorized my assassination because of the truth I bring forth in my books. Again, I say, I have broken no laws. I have simply written 3 books of a divine nature. I discovered the power of God that is within me through reading, writing, and meditation. And through my personal worship, God revealed to me these revelations. He anointed me as king, as the Messiah, to free people of color from the bondage and enslavement, deceptive practices, and deceit of Caucasian persuasion. No one can refute the words that I bring forth. No one can refute my truth. No one. I challenge anyone who can refute my truth. For the words I speak are the words of God. My name is David the Pale. Thank you.